Season 1 in Modern Warfare 3 is just around the corner, and I'm going to be focusing on the zombies content that's coming that is going to be brand new in Season 1, including schematics, the new Aether rifts, the additional story that we're going to be having, and much more. So let's get into it. If you haven't watched the brand new trailer for Season 1 that covers everything that's coming in Modern Warfare 3, I highly suggest that you do. I'm obviously just clipping the segments of the zombies that were being shown. Some of this, as you see right now, is kind of old, and you're going to see some of the newer stuff in a little bit. But I'm going to focus in this video on three particular segments. One's going to be the Aether rifts, second is going to be the schematics and the new wonder weapon that's being brought in, and finally the additional story / the new Warlord that we're going to be fighting. Now I'm starting with the rifts because it's probably the most exciting new thing that's being added into this outside of some of the schematics, in my opinion, and the small amount of detail we did get from the most recent trailer just includes the hype, especially this bunny, who I really want to figure out what it's related to and how we're going to be able to use it, but that's part of the schematic segment. We can definitely tell that this is an entirely different area that is similar to the Urzikstan map that we've been playing on so far, but again, it looks completely different because of one, the atmosphere around it, two, the higher level enemies that we're more than likely going to walk into, and it's already been alluded that we're going to be going against a very difficult challenges in this to get exceptional rewards, maybe a higher possibility of getting schematics. I don't know. This is all speculation at the moment. But outside of the speculation, there are a few things that have been confirmed. Essentially, the time limit with your squad that you have inside of these rifts, and also how you're going to be able to open these rifts with some sigils that we'll probably have to find around the map in a certain time limit, which is nothing new to zombies. But with all that being said so far and the information that we do have, I hope that they add in brand new Easter eggs that are very zombie related as they have already with the free perks. I hope that the storyline forces us to go into this area as well, just so everyone can kind of experience this, and that the area isn't too small. I like the size of the tier 3 area already, but I hope they don't make it smaller than that. Moving on to probably my favorite part of this new update is all the different schematics that we're probably going to be running into in this new area, and these are all speculation that they're all complete schematics because the Rift Run and the Wonder Weapon may or may not be schematics yet. We don't fully know. Right now it's showing that they're not, but they've changed their minds before, so we'll see. Starting with the Rift Run, we really don't have a lot of information around this. My assumption is that it's going to be something we can either bring in or find inside of these new portals that allows us to exit these rifts before the 30-minute time limit is up. Now, the new wonder weapon isn't a brand new wonder weapon. The VR11 has been used in previous zombies games, and what this essentially does is transform your zombie enemies into helpful allies. More specifically, turn those zombies into humans that will distract these zombies, and the vice versa of any humans that you hit with this will turn them into friendly zombies, kind of like the brain rot skill. Moving on to a completely confirmed schematic that's going to be in Season 1 is going to be this dog bone. It allows you to summon this in the strongest friendly hellhound that you can find. So essentially the tier 3 hellhound that attacks enemies as well as picks you up when you get downed. Unfortunately, it doesn't stay around forever like you would normally have inside the game. This dog will disappear once all its health runs out, at least that is my understanding by reading the description. Next, I'll briefly talk about the golden armor plate, which I think is a fantastic add in my opinion. This armor plate replaces your armor carrier with plates that automatically repair over time, which is fantastic, especially if you're going inside the storm where your armor slowly ticks away. It also says that it will provide additional damage resistance, so it may also be a higher level set of armor, so we'll have to see. Finally, let's talk about the Aether Blade, which was actually shown in the trailer very briefly by one of the operators throwing it at a mega abomination. First off, if you haven't used the throwing knives yet inside of MWZ, they are extremely powerful. I highly recommend that you start using them, and this just looks like a buffed up version of these throwing knives, just using an Aether Crystal instead. It does say that it has infinite ammo, and it boomerangs back to you exactly like the Hell's Retriever in previous zombie games. It will also hit other nearby enemies. I'm excited to use it. So needless to say, just the schematics, the confirmed schematics, and the potential schematics that I mentioned with the Rift Run and the Wonder Weapon, there are going to be a lot of fun things to grind for, and more than likely, since these are brand new schematics that are probably going to be extremely rare to get, I'm pretty sure they're marked as legendary on the Season 1 notes. They're probably going to be found inside that new area, inside the Aether Rifts. Nonetheless, I'm excited to try and grind out and find these things. Now, of course, I want to touch on the storyline as well that has been mentioned is going to be proceeded in this new season with some additional updates and more stuff that we can go after, just like we had in the pre-season of Season 0. I've included the information that they left on their website in the Season 1 notes, but essentially it's just showing us that we're starting off with a cutscene for the new story and essentially just trying to grind through it all over again. We don't know how many missions are going to be in this new act. We're just going to have to see on the release day. But something that we're going to have to fight most likely in this new season is definitely going to be the new Warlord, and I'm not even going to try to pronounce her name because I'm going to butcher it. But nonetheless, this is going to be the new Warlord, and she has some interesting skills I know a lot of people, including myself, are not looking forward to. It was stated on the same page as all the other updates updates that she's going to have essentially just a bunch of drones going after you, not other enemies like the Legacy Fortress, where there's a bunch of soldiers. There's going to be a bunch of flying drones going after you. Thankfully, it was also stated that she won't be showing up in MWZ until mid-season. Whatever day that really ends up being, I don't know, but it's going to be something that's not immediately on release for the Season 1. So we can kind of prepare for it, get some more schematics set up. That way we can actually fight her when we really need to. We're just going to have to see how hard this fight will actually be. Now, like all my other videos, I try to keep it short, sweet, and to the point. That way I'm not wasting any of your guys' time. So I hope you guys enjoyed this very quick overview of all the things I figured were the most important to go over before Season 1 shows up on December 6th. So I hope you guys did find this helpful. If you did, make sure to hit the like and subscribe buttons. Leave a comment down below if there's anything that I missed that I should be covering. And outside of that, I hope to see you guys in the next video.